here, back at it again. This time we're doing Rory McIlroy. Hold on, give it a second, guys.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
See if it's working now. There we go. There we go. And there we go.
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present third round coverage of the Open Championship. Frank, when you come to the old course at St. Andrews for the Open Championship, you can just about hear the legends whispering to you. So many of the greats have made their mark right here.
It's the oldest, it's the best, and it's the one course that everybody, no matter where they're born, wants to play. Every great player has played St. Andrews, and that will be well in advance after our time, Rich. It's just something special. When you see it and play it, you'll see the reason why.
Good contact, good result. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing, to say the least.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good, solid par right there. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with the prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but left is always the safe side of the golf course, because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Good putt. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
Well, you can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Oh, it still made it on fairway, kind of. You know, it's the last tee off.
99 yards away. Frankie appears to be in control of his game in the early going.
I like what I'm seeing out there, doing all the basic things at a very, very high level, getting the ball in play. That helps set up the next shot. Next shot gets on the green. That's how it sets up the birdie putt. It's one thing leading to another.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Ooh, good effort right there. Almost made it. Just a tap in to finish the hole.
Tap it in. Give it a little tappy.
Has it. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the fourth. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. Made some pars to this point, but if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. It just looks confused, forgetting about playing the actual game itself. Winning happens by a series of good shots. It's get back to the basics of playing golf.
So long, sucker.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Rich, it's a different challenge today. The weather is so day-to-day out here, and when you get a breeze like this that's kicking up, you really have to sort of change your approach to playing these holes.
It looks nice out there, the blue skies, plenty of high sunshine, but it's a challenge because those winds have really freshened up. Down, little Sheba, down! Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Has his par. Par fives, this is where players look to make the move in a major championship. How does this fifth hole par five measure up, Frank?
Well, if you can avoid the bunkers, they're actually left and right, but especially that little group of three bunkers, then it sets up well. It'll be a blind second shot, but you try and guide your second shot between the two bunkers on the hill in front of you, which are called the spectacles. When he goes after it like he is here.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
Wow.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
This is a good-looking shot. And the ball settles on the green 26 feet away. This would give him an eagle on the card.
Oh shit.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
He's made it. Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot. 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway, and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those, and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front.
Oh my goodness, he pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. And that's a birdie. Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone there. It's called the March stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And, well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot, you're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Oh, wow.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
Oh, yeah.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the old course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
one of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, this is when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Getting set now over the putt. Come on, don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
I've always wanted to play
Yeah, this
St.
is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the old course.
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So we're getting set now for the second 9 here at the old course at St. Andrews. And Frank, a chance to get off to a good start here with the short par 4 10th.
Yeah, it's a very subtle hole. It just looks straight ahead in front of you, but there is gorse down the left if you stray, especially into a head breeze. But really, it's drivable for most of the players. Just got to worry about those 2 bunkers. There's a sort of short right of the green. You finish up there, then this hole becomes a little more difficult. I'm loving that balance.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect for the reasons why it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
Boy, that can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. And if you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
All right. I think this is going to be about perfect. Let's turn this around. The nice thing is you can see the camera view. Slide our shot a little more. Looks like we're sloping a little left. So, let's see what that is.
How good has the swing tempo been?
Has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
He'll take par and move on. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right. Obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. And it makes the green in regulation. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Good putt. Frank, how about the bunkers here at 13? A rather ominous sounding name.
Yeah, the coffins, and they are that for a reason. If you finish up in there, well, the best you'll probably ever do is make a bogey, unless you're an absolute genius. That'll be avoided, certainly off the tee. If you do, it's still a difficult hole. The second shot, unless you hit a perfect tee shot, will be blind.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this really is a remarkable turn of events, considering that earlier we had pretty much written them off.
Well, we had, and for good reason, too. Was not playing well. It looked like the round was going to continue to go in that direction. But somehow, and believe me, I don't know how, he's just completely turned this round around. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. He's made it. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Field, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your 3rd shot to 14.
Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway.
Second shot.
Sometimes you got to line up your shot to anticipate.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Get down, lay down. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot, because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Good chance now for a birdie. That is an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. Good solid stroke there, no sign of nerves on that.
Sixteenth hole is a par 4 here at the old course, Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here, but the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder, because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front called the Weg. Well, he's taking the right side out of play, Rich. It looks a little left.
Coming out of the rough, not able to control it the way he wants. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Has it. Good putt right there. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
I do this on the course too, don't forget about it.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
There we go.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Yes! Let's go.
Has it. That's birdie. Headed for home now with a Royal and Ancient behind the green. A chance to cross the Swilken Bridge, just as Jack Nicklaus did, as Arnold Palmer did, as so many of the legends of the sport have done. This is a special place in the game. He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey.
Oh, it's going to be a wide curve. There.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot.
So
And will
close.
definitely hurt.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Yeah, guys. Same shit. Talk about.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
Yeah, I've got a 12-stroke lead. We're going into the last round. I shot a 60. I think it's a par 72. I shot 12 under par. Wow. I wish I played this good in real life, guys. I'm pretty good. Not this good. I did. I've always played golf games growing up, too. I played golf as a kid. Came natural. Baseball. That kind of shit.
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present final round coverage of the Open Championship. Welcome to the Open Championship, the oldest major in golf. Frank, there really is nothing quite like it. The old course at St. Andrews combined with the Open Championship, it's bathed in history.
The golf course is magnificent. It just reeks of all the great players that have played the game. Pick your hero, whether it's a Bobby Jones, a Nicklaus, a Rory McIlroy, a Tiger Woods. All the greats have been there and played this marvelous course. It stood the test of time. And even the routing, the old 9 holes out, turn around and 9 holes in. It's marvelous. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, many golfers unaccustomed to the full effects of the wind and playing without a caddy watch with great intent as their well-struck approach shot ends up, 1, not only short of the hole, but 2, short of the green, and 3, short of the burn by some 10 yards.
Yeah, you only need a puff of breeze, really, because it comes over the mound that's behind that first green. And for some reason, that second shot always seems to play that sort of 3 or 4 yards longer, even for the best players in the game.
There we go.
Great start.
Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but left is always the safe side of the golf course, but it's the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. On the tee box here at the third now. Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer...
When he goes after it like he is here.
Boom. Straight jump at third.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there, and yep, good thing too. He's actually putting well.
Frank now at the 4th hole.
Yeah, long par 4. Two choices, whether he's game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Frank about 150 yards to that hole location. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
Settles in over the putt. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
The edge. Shit.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one.
Yeah.
Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. They actually have a few courses at the home of golf, St. Andrews, and one is called the New Course. That's 100 years old, the new course. So imagine how old the old course is if the new one is a century old. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Sizable putt from 16 feet. What a tremendous display of golf this has been.
Certainly throwing an eagle against the field too. We've seen it all. Birdies, eagles, just blitzing the field from start to finish.
Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot. 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front.
Excuse me. Oh. Shit.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Getting